Sixers fans, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lawrence Arnell, and this is Sixers City, where we talk 76ers basketball. And last night was the preseason debut versus another actual NBA team. The Sixers were in Iowa playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Again, unfortunately, not versus our rivals, the Breakers, but in Iowa, home state of our head coach, Nick Nurse, against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it was a rough one. It wasn't great, right? It was looking pretty bad really early on, and I shouldn't have to preface this with any sort of caveat, but this is preseason basketball we're talking about here, right? So you can put some stock in it to the point where you get a measure of your players' conditioning, right? How well players are meshing together on the court, what combinations of players you can put out there together and what they're going to look like playing together. Preseason serves a purpose, but oh my God, they were getting blown out in the first half is not really the kind of space you want to put yourself in when assessing preseason basketball, because nobody is out there like trying to make the playoffs in the preseason. It's just not a thing. What I will say is the score, I mean, they lost 121-111, right? They lost by 10. It was a lot closer than that, like toward the end of the fourth quarter. I don't know for certain what actually happened that got the game from like a 4-point game to a 10-point loss, because the game wasn't televised. Now, I don't know what's going on with the NBA. I don't know what's going on with League Pass, NBC Sports. I think NBC Sports Philadelphia doesn't televise road preseason games. That's all fine and well. I think you make an exception when it's the debut of the guy who you signed in the offseason that was like the blockbuster signing of the offseason. When it's Paul George's debut game, maybe you figure out a way to get the people a real broadcast of it. It was supposed to be on League Pass. I signed up for the 7-day trial of League Pass. I'm not canceling it. I'm going to keep it because I want to watch basketball, right? But I did sign up and couldn't find it, right? So be that as it may, those who did have it, I know Run It Back Philly was watching. He was live streaming it, and they had mad technical difficulties. So was it worth the time? No. All right. I watched the replay, and I saw some things that, for one, Paul George looks really good. He looks like he's in shape. He looks like he's sharp, and he looks like he's going to be drawing the sort of attention that we need him to draw, because I know there was at least one play where he got Maxey wide open, butt naked three. I think Paul George does have the potential to be what it is that we brought him here to be, to establish some gravity, open up some opportunities for his fellow stars, right? For Joel Embiid, for Tyrese Maxey, to get those guys wide open shots. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Andre Drummond, a little slow on defense, if I must say so myself. There was a couple times I saw him kind of like give up. And again, I'm trying my best not to make a solid assessment of these guys and their potential and what we can expect from them, because this is a preseason game. So no, I don't expect Andre Drummond to be going crazy on defense, trying to get back, trying to get to a guy, trying to close out. But I saw one or two plays where he was a little bit slow. What I will say is I also saw that he actually scored 10 points. 10 points and 15 rebounds. Andre Drummond. I mean, the box scores are pretty great, right? 23 points, Paul George, 23 points, 6 rebounds. Kelly Oubre, 16 points, 4 rebounds. You cannot be – I mean, these are 26 and 24 minutes. These guys are only playing half the game. Kelly Oubre played 24 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds. You can't be mad at that. Andre Drummond, 10 and 15 in 24 minutes. A double-double. We can't be mad at that. All right. Maxey, 21 points, 2 assists. Jared McCain had 9 points in 15 minutes. These guys, you can't be mad at what they're doing. Ricky Council only had 5 points. He only played 14 minutes. More C4. If there is a mantra for me this season, more C4. Nick Nurse, I implore you to find a way to work Ricky Council IV into the rotation. This guy is instant energy. Ricky Council is a murderer. Every time he gets the ball, he wants to shove it down somebody's throat. He reminds me of Charles Barkley, 76ers Charles Barkley. I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to shove it down your throat. Pause. That's Ricky Council IV. And that we need that on this team. We have never had another player on this team in the process era who absolutely wanted to suffocate you with the basketball. More C4. I'll say that. I'll say Paul George looks amazing. He looks great. He looks like he's as advertised. I think him and Tyrese out there together are a decent pairing. Paul George is not greedy about the basketball. He is very smooth and doesn't have to do he doesn't need a lot of time with the ball in his hands in order to be effective. And I can appreciate that. I can appreciate 23 points in his first outing. What I can't appreciate is not being able to see it on NBC. I mean, I don't know. You can't turn back the clock. You can never make that right, NBA and NBC and League Pass. You can never make this right. You can never fix this. You did not televise the debut of Paul George, the 2024 offseason blockbuster signing. You did not televise his debut game in which he went out and scored 23 points. You can't do it. So you messed up, and it is what it is. But thank you guys. If you enjoyed the content, please do me a favor, go down below, do the thing with the buttons. I love the fact that I'm seeing my subscriber count go up every day by one. But that's cool with me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm just in my basement talking about my team, and I'm glad you guys are here to join me. But if you like it, bing bang, button, and join me next time. In the meantime, do yourself a favor and get close to God, and whatever you do good first. All right? Peace.